Jack's an electrical engineer with 40 years designing complex systems. So when he started planning solar for his 33-foot Airstream Classic, he expected challenges, but what he found was a maze of question marks that even he couldn't answer alone. And here's what keeps Airstream owners up at night. Your rig gets torn apart, the panels are off, the walls are open, and that's when the technician realizes they don't have a plan. That's the nightmare Jack wanted to avoid, and if a seasoned engineer felt that way, then you're not crazy for feeling overwhelmed too. This video walks you through the exact complexity baked into every Airstream and what 300 Airstream installations have taught us about getting it right the first time. So Jack came to us through a free custom proposal. If you want to get yours, you can click the first link in the description. You'll get a detailed breakdown of what a system size for you would actually be, what components we'd recommend, and the full cost with no markup. What we found with his Airstream was that he had done his homework. He knew what components he wanted, he understood the theory, but what he didn't have was a clear path through the maze of Airstream's wiring, tight cavities, and structural quirks that turn a standard installation into a custom engineering project. Most solar failures on the Airstreams don't happen because of bad equipment. They happen because the technician didn't have a complete plan before touching the rig. And I'm not just talking about a parts list. I'm talking about the full electrical model that accounts for exact wiring, routing through sealed panels, load calculations mapped to your actual usage, thermal management in those tight, unventilated spaces, component placement that doesn't create failure points. Without that level of pre-planning, you're guessing, and guessing on a six-figure Airstream is really expensive. The curved aluminum body creates heat pockets that standard cooling can't manage. The tight tolerances mean high-end gear still underperforms if airflow is blocked, run lengths are wrong, or loads aren't properly managed. When Jack came to us, he didn't need us to explain solar to him. He needed proof that we had a real plan. So we mapped out his loads, calculated his power needs, identified every wire run, and designed a system specific for his Classic. Our systems are designed for one switch on and off operations. There's no complicated menus, there's no confusion, because as solar educators, we make sure you actually understand what you're looking at. We program everything directly to your phone and to our shop phone so that we can remote troubleshoot should you ever be stranded without help. And we don't cut corners the way some technicians do. We use the right cable types. We don't use $2 fuses. We use industry grade fuses. We spec durable lithium batteries because not all lithium is the same, especially if you choose one with cheap cells. We include high temperature sensors and active cooling for those tight spaces, and we properly secure and fasten panels so they don't rattle loose. We also stress test every inverter on the worst case scenario days. Because on the Classic, there's no margin for error, every component has to be right, every wire has to be pre-planned, and every thermal issue has to be solved before the rig is in pieces. So if you've ever felt overwhelmed researching solar for your Airstream or your Airstream Classic, here's what I want you to know. You're not behind, you're not wrong, you're not overthinking it. Even Jack, a guy who spent 40 years designing complex electrical systems, didn't feel confident tackling this alone. So if you own an Airstream and you're ready to stop guessing, we can definitely help you. Just click the link below and get a free custom solar proposal built specifically to your specs. Either way, you'll know exactly what you're getting into before your rig gets torn apart. Thank you so much for watching. I look forward to speaking, and safe travels.